of Luthra brothers. The Embassy of India in Bangkok is in close touch with Thai authorities in the case related to Goa Inferno. The two, Saurabh Luthra and Gaurav Luthra, have been detained by Thai authorities in Phuket. Following an intervention by the embassy, the Thai authorities are presently taking action as per local laws, including sending the two back to India. This is what we are learning from our sources. So Indian embassy is constantly in touch with authorities over there who are taking action as per the local law, the law of the land there. And we're also given to understand that which includes sending the Luthra brothers back to India. So all of that being facilitated by the constant communication between the Indian embassy and the officials, the Thai authorities. We'll also try and connect with our reporters to get you more details, but we've kept you updated by breaking every single development in the story first here on Times Now. Let's go across to Rishabh now. Rishabh, we're given to understand that the Indian embassy is constantly, of course, in touch with the authorities there in Thailand, in Phuket. And following an intervention by the embassy, the request of the agencies, the blue corner notice, all of that led to the detention.
Well, definitely. What we're given to understand that India initiated a blue collar notice, and Indian embassy in Bangkok, where Nagesh Singh, our ambassador, is there. After the intervention of Indian embassy, the Thai authorities acted against the Luthra brothers. Both Saurabh Luthra and Gaurav Luthra have been taken into custody. They are currently in Thai custody. The Indian embassy is in close contact with the authorities and are ensuring that they are brought back as soon as possible. The sources within Government of India suggest that they are being held as per local laws, and embassy is trying its best to bring them back to India.
By when can that happen? Is there a timeline that we are looking at, Rishabh?
Well, Swati, if we talk about the timeline, we can look at 2 to 3 days, because remember, it is two countries talking. So deportation or any kind of movement for such individuals takes certain paperwork. Once that paperwork is done, they'll be brought back. Remember, there are 2 non-working days also in between. So it will take at least 2 to 3 days from here on to bring them back to India.
All right. It might take 2 to 3 days. That's what Rishabh is telling us. Thank you very much, Rishabh, for getting us the details. So Indian embassy constantly in touch with the Thai authorities in bringing back the Luthra brothers from Thailand. Remember, they fled the country immediately after learning about the tragedy that had struck their club in Goa. In fact, it was at 1:17 a.m. in the dead of night that they booked a ticket, a flight to Thailand. And then in the court, the Luthra brothers said that this was a business trip. They tried to defend themselves, saying it was a business trip. So the countdown to bringing back the Luthra brothers to face the law in India has begun from Phuket to Bangkok. The final leg of a high-profile repatriation process is currently underway. Official sources at the Phuket Immigration Office have confirmed that Luthra brothers have been taken from Phuket to Bangkok this morning. The focus will now be on coordination efforts. Officials say a team of Goa police will travel to Thailand to bring the Luthra brothers back. The CBI is monitoring the entire process to ensure a smooth and lawful return. The CBI is in touch with Interpol Thailand and the Indian embassy in Bangkok. Sources maintain the process is on the right track. So why is it taking time? So according to sources, the delay is purely procedural. The process in entirety includes visa cancellation, completion of formal immigration proceedings in Bangkok, and the issuance of an emergency travel certificate for their return to India. Sources also point out that since Saturday and Sunday are non-working days for government offices, which has temporarily slowed down the entire process.
The Luthra brothers have been caught in a web of lies of their own. Currently, we're reporting from the Phuket Immigration Center, where they were lodged in for about 24 hours after being picked up from the Patong area in Phuket. They have now been taken to Bangkok. There they will be taken to India. The Indian embassy has now expedite the process of them going back to India. What we've also been told is that by our sources inside the immigration office is that they have been reiterating that they only came to Phuket for work and they had no intention of fleeing the country. They have admitted that yes, the nightclub did belong to them, but have refused to take any accountability for what went wrong.
Now, sources are telling Times Now that the Luthra brothers have acknowledged that the premise where the fire occurred is that belongs to them and that a fire incident did take place there. However, before immigration officials, they have denied that they fled from India. They maintain that they traveled to Thailand for business purposes. They claim they are frequent travelers and have stated that they face a threat to their lives. In a parallel development, the Ministry of External Affairs is considering Goa government's request to revoke passports of Gaurav and Saurabh Luthra. The request is being examined under the provisions of the Passports Act of India. Once the Luthras are brought back to India, the focus will be on the larger aspect of the probe, the aspect of corruption. Who allowed the death trap to operate despite glaring violations? That's the big question. So who all are involved? Are they part of the authority? Are they part of the administration? The government itself, will they be punished as well? That's the big question that is being asked. Luthras are going to be deported. Will the corrupt officials face action as well? Who is it in Goa government that benefited after warnings were buried? Who let the Goa club run despite glaring fire safety violations? These are some of the questions that have been unanswered so far. Apart from Luthra brothers, who all are going to face the law, will this expose the political patronage, if any? Did that help the club operate beyond rules? If the state knew of safety violations, why didn't anyone act? Yesterday, a Delhi court denied transit anticipatory bail to the Luthra brothers. The court called the allegations prima facie grave and serious and flagged the conduct of the accused. The court also noted that their tickets to Phuket were booked at 1:17 a.m. on 7th of December, with the flight departing at 5:20 the same day, just hours after the deadly fire. With no court protection and deportation formalities in progress, officials say their return to India is now a matter of completing procedure. Back home, the political fight is raging on, with opposition leaders going all out against BJP, accusing them of collusion and letting corruption continue.
There are international protocols on how you can extradite someone. I'm sure they will follow that protocol. It's important that you follow protocols before you bring them back. But that being the point, it's actually these tinder boxes which are there in public areas where every rule and norm is violated, and these businesses continue to flourish, admitting public attendance. That's the dangerous part. That's what you have to see where all the system collapsed. Obviously, this was a systemic failure at every level of governance in Goa. While the ownership of the business will be prosecuted, you must also find out where the blame lays in terms of giving permissions.
जो भी दोषी हैं उन पे सख्त कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए। भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार में लगातार आर्थिक अपराध के दोषी, जघन्य अपराध के दोषी वो देश छोड़ के आसानी से भाग जाते हैं। ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार की असफलता भी है और समाजवादी पार्टी समझती जो भी आरोपी देश छोड़ के वापस चले गए हैं उनको वापस लाया जाए और न्यायिक प्रक्रिया के तहत उन पे कार्रवाई की जाए।
जो पब में जो स्फोट हुआ है वो लोग हैं दिल्ली से, और जब से ये दिल्ली और राज्य की सरकार बीजेपी के हाथ में है तभी उनको वहाँ परमिशन मिली है, उसके पहले नहीं थे वो। और जो मनमानी जो कर रहे हैं और वो मनमानी का असर है कि बेकसूर लोग वहाँ पे मारे गए, और स्वाभाविक है कि अमित शाह जी के ही संबंध वाले ही हो गए, क्योंकि होम मिनिस्ट्री उनके पास
कोई एविडेंस है ये एस्टैब्लिश करने के लिए? बीजेपी ये कह रही है कि वो थाईलैंड भाग के गए, हम उनको थाईलैंड से भी वापस लेकर आकर जस्टिस करेंगे, पनिश करेंगे।
ललित मोदी, नीरव मोदी भी तो विदेश में है, विजय मल्ल्या भी तो है। क्या चल रहा है, कब लाने वाले हैं उनको? इसका जवाब क्यों नहीं दे रहे बीजेपी?